Revenge films.
I was about to give birth in a couple months, so I was discussing with my husband, Jack, about how I was thinking about going back to my hometown and have my parents help me out. My hometown was pretty far, so my husband tried talking me out of it.
Just have my mom help you out with the baby. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, she raised me too. I turned out okay, didn't I?
Yeah, but I'd feel bad burdening your mother like that.
Don't worry about it. My mom loves babies. We'll be fine. Plus, your hometown is so far away. It'll be a waste of money to go back and forth. And remember, you might not be blood related, but my mother is your mother now too. She'll be sad if you go back home to deliver our baby.
I just couldn't convince him otherwise. I was nervous because it was my first time giving birth, and I would have preferred to stay with my own parents and be carefree with as little stress as possible for the whole process. But I could see where my husband came from as well. So even though I was a little annoyed with him not understanding my feelings, I ended up giving in to his proposal. As the big day neared, my mother-in-law, Rose, stopped by every day to help around the house and go grocery shopping for me. It was a big help, but at the same time, I felt bad for having her help out so much. Finally, the day came. As I was struggling with the pain, my husband was calling all of his relatives.
Our baby is on her way!
He literally called every single relative he had, and I successfully gave birth to our daughter.
She's so adorable. Such a cute little girl.
Jack seemed overwhelmed with joy. Jack came from a bloodline with only men, all the way to his second cousins. When I got pregnant and we found out that she was a girl, he was super excited about it.
Part of the reason why I chose you is because you come from a family of women, Jill. My mother's gonna be so excited.
He even joked like that with me. And although it almost seemed like he wasn't joking, I was just happy that he would love our baby wholeheartedly. But starting the very next day after I gave birth, all kinds of people that I hadn't even met before came to visit to see our baby. They were all excited for us. The first girl in our family! Hooray! Everyone came and stayed for a while as they held our baby. It was like some sort of super event. People just kept visiting, and I had no time to relax or spend alone. I was concerned that things would continue to be hectic as I was finally discharged from the hospital. When I finally got home, I dropped my bags in awe. We had prepared a room for our child, but it had become Rose's room all of a sudden. I immediately asked Jack what the deal was. Hey, what's going on here? Why is that room filled with Rose's stuff? Jack didn't even flinch.
Well, my mom wants to spend time with her granddaughter, so she'll be living with us for a while. Our baby won't need her own room for a while, so it won't be a problem.
No. Listen, I'm fine with her visiting, but I can't live with her. I tried to be as straightforward as possible.
Don't worry, she's pretty relaxed.
That's not what I mean.
You guys get along great. It shouldn't be a problem, right? Or are you trying to take away the one thing that my mom has been looking forward to?
He completely ignored my feelings and refused to compromise. He was right about Rose. She is a very nice lady. She helps out a lot and never complains, and we do get along fine. But that's not the point. This may sound selfish, but I just wanted 3 days alone. No matter how well we got along, the small things irritated me. I'm not proud of it, but that's just how I am. I explained this to Jack, and he told Rose, her husband, and all the other relatives about it, and Rose left the house. The next morning, my phone rang. Hello?
Jill, you are so selfish!
How could you kick Rose out of your house? That's so mean! All my relatives started calling and yelling at me about how terrible I was. I'm sorry. I must have apologized to 1 million people. I complained about all the phone calls to Jack.
Well, what did you expect? My mom thinks of you like her own daughter, and she loves our baby so much, but you kicked her out. You may be exhausted from delivery and all, but you took it too far.
He made it sound like I was crazy, and I was reaching my limit. I couldn't stop crying. Maybe I should just disappear with this baby. All kinds of bad thoughts were racing through my head, but I didn't want to feel this way any longer. So I built up the courage and called Rose, prepared to have a divorce if I had to. I told her everything I was feeling, and to my surprise, Rose just listened kindly to what I had to say. After I was finished talking, she spoke to me gently. "Thank you for telling me. I'm sorry. It must have been hard for you, but it's different than what I heard. Will you hear me out?" I was crying and confused. "Jack told me that you didn't get along with your parents, and you didn't want to go back home to give birth, and asked me to come look after you." That's right, my own husband had been feeding my mother-in-law a false narrative. He told me that it was going to be hard for you to do the housework and look after the baby at the same time. So he wanted me to come live with you guys and help out. I found out that Rose only came over because she just wanted to help. Jack told me and our relatives that you were selfish and spoiled. So everyone was just concerned. But after listening to you, I see now that we all had the wrong impression. I'm so sorry, Jill. I could hear Rose crying on the other side as she apologized to me. After that, Rose explained everything to the relatives on my behalf, and I had her come over to the house. When Jack got home, he was surprised to see his mother there. Rose scolded Jack pretty badly.
Well, it would have been hard for you to visit if she'd given birth so far away.
Okay. Well, why did you ask me to live with you then?
I thought you would like it if you had a chance to spend more time with your granddaughter.
And why did you call all of our relatives over?
Well, you know how no one has girls. I just wanted to show our girl off.
All of his excuses were so immature. I didn't even feel like arguing back. You're an idiot! A child is not a toy. And Jill came all the way over here to marry you. The least you could do is take good care of her. Rose yelled at Jack for a while after that. Then she turned to me and said, "I'm sorry he's such an idiot. If you have any problems with him, you can talk to me from now on, okay?" After saying that, Rose went back home.
I'm sorry. I was the one being selfish. I only thought about myself and never considered how you or the baby felt. I'm so sorry, Jill. I promise to be a good husband and a good father from now on. I'll try my best, so please forgive me.
After that, just as he promised, Jack started helping out with the housework and taking care of the baby a lot more. And finally, I got my peace of mind back. I feel bad for treating Rose like that back then, even though I didn't fully understand the situation. All I have is gratitude for her now.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.